She stood beneath the soft shimmer of twinkle lights we'd hung just the night before, grinning a little too widely as she stepped up to the microphone. I want to give a huge thanks to my stepdad. Her voice rang out clearly to the crowd. He got me my dream car, something my biological father never did. The crowd laughed and clapped. From my seat at the back, tucked near the dessert table, I didn't flinch, didn't blink. I simply watched her speak, watched her fingers rest gently on his shoulder like he'd always been the one. I sipped the last of my drink, set the empty cup down with a kind of intention that feels ceremonial, and walked out through the side gate without saying a word. That night, I didn't sleep, but I didn't cry either. I sat at my desk in the quiet and pulled out a folder I hadn't opened in 3 years. Emily had just turned 6 when her mother and I divorced. I fought for full custody. Lost. Ended up with the standard alternate weekends, until that, too, began to fade. Still, I stayed involved. Paid her tuition. Funded her college account. Set money for everything from ballet shoes to braces to birthday gifts. I went to every parent-teacher conference, invited or not. I wasn't flashy. I didn't flood social media with photos. I never tried to one-up the man who stepped into my old shoes. Her mom and I, we had a long, tangled history filled with sharp turns and compromises, most of which I made alone. She married again, fast. Greg, a finance guy, always on, the type who thought affection could be purchased like stocks. When Emily turned 13, she started calling him Dad right in front of me. I never corrected her. I just kept showing up. Her graduation day was supposed to be neutral territory. I paid for half the celebration, wiring the money directly to her mother without comment. I helped hang the lights while Greg stood around taking Bluetooth calls. I stayed out of the pictures, gave them their space. I wasn't looking for attention. So when she stepped up to the mic, a small part of me hoped maybe she'd offer a quiet acknowledgement, even just a glance, a thank you, a nod. But she made her choice. My real dad never did anything. The words dropped like a blade. Everyone heard. No one reacted. Her mother looked away. Greg smiled like he'd just secured a win. I smiled too, but not from peace. It was the cold recognition of finality, the clarity I hadn't realized I needed. That night, I opened every document I'd filed carefully over the years. Account summaries, vehicle paperwork, legal custody filings, financial contributions. The folder labeled Emily Future. Everything in order, clean, organized. Her college fund? That was mine. Fully funded since she was 8. I thought about the car. Technically, Greg's name was on the title, but the loan? Co-signed through a corporate account I still had quiet oversight on, an old favor owed to me from someone Greg had clearly forgotten I helped. I thought about all the moments I stepped back, just so others could stand taller. Every birthday, I made sure she'd remember him as a hero behind the surprise. But I didn't feel rage. No hot anger. No desire for confrontation. Just a slow, still tide settling over everything. I didn't yell. I made a plan. First, I rescinded custodial authority over the college fund. Legally moved the money into a new account with restrictions. She wouldn't see a dime until age 25. She'd need to hold a full-time job, file taxes independently, and complete a financial literacy course. I'd had control all along. I just never used it. Then came the car. The repossession was booked for 6:15 a.m. I knew the dealership. I knew the man who signed off Greg's financing. I quietly triggered a breach of contract clause. By the time they were finishing breakfast, the dream car was being hauled away on a flatbed truck. I didn't say a word. No post. No explanation. 3 days later, my ex started calling, then called again. 17 more times. I didn't answer. Emily messaged, "Why would you do this to me?" I left it on read. Greg showed up at my office. Face flushed but suit immaculate. What kind of father takes away his daughter's graduation present? I looked him in the eyes. The kind who paid for 10 years of school, not 10 minutes of applause. He fumbled legal threats. I handed him a printout of the default agreement, his name and signature right there in black and white. He didn't finish his sentence. He left. Eventually, my ex got through. Her voice was hoarse. You're doing all this because of one comment? She's just 18. I exhaled. No, I'm doing this because words carry weight. Because love, like money, shouldn't be expected. It should be earned. She went silent. You always thought you were better than us, she said. No, I replied. I just stopped pretending we were ever on the same side. It's been 6 weeks. No more calls. Emily unfollowed me. Greg posted a vague status about toxic people. I let it all drift by like wind over still water. I don't hate my daughter. I love her more than she'll likely understand for a long time. But love doesn't mean I must bankroll someone else's narrative while disappearing in the background. The door's unlocked, but it's closed. One day, maybe she'll get it. Maybe she won't. That's hers to figure out. As for me, my books are in order. The silence feels earned. And in that stillness, for the first time in years, I've found something close to peace.